So I ran into a clip from Astro Cyborg, which depicts the crap gamer talking about how the PC platform has not been favorable to Xbox. Shout out to Astro Cyborg. He clipped this from a podcast. And many of you remember that it was y'all on the channel who told me to go back and look at the crap gamer and how his interaction with Phil Spencer, went down. Because I'd seen a lot of people point to the Xbox One generation. Like when I made these videos saying, hey man, the market is changing. Xbox is responding to the market. PlayStation is going to follow. They're all going to put their games on PC because they need audiences. I had people telling me, oh, well, PlayStation can be giving the benefit of the doubt, but Xbox can't be because they messed up the Xbox One generation. So that's when I started making 50 videos a day to call that nonsense. Apparently, the crap gamer was upset with Phil Spencer in 2016. You can see the tweets or you can go look it up about Quantum Break and stuff. But many people don't ever want to admit that by 2014, 2015, after the Xbox One had come out, that it was getting bodied by PlayStation before they even moved the games to PC and before they started Xbox Game Pass in 2017. So I think as a response to the market, they made these moves. But there are some who think otherwise. We'll listen to this short missive here, and we'll see what the crap gamer still thinks about the Xbox's positioning its games on PC. Keep in mind that even PlayStation is doing the same, but this is probably a more pro PlayStation podcast, so he probably is not going to say much as to the negative of PlayStation. He highlights it in a small piece, though.
But when we talk
only
about
15%. We're playing games
when
from 2024. Like everybody, if you and like it's, I always think it's a scam when people start talking about PC gaming.
What do you mean it's a scam?
Like, because we see the stats now from Steam themselves. Majority are playing at 1080p on their PC.
What does that have to do with anything? 1080p is fine. In fact, I'm running two 1080p monitors on this setup with an RTX 4080 and a Ryzen 3900X. I just want to just use 1080. Like, I can't imagine that people would think that 1080 means, you are doing something terrible. Some people don't even realize that there's 1080 to 300, 400, 500 FPS high refresh rate gaming. A lot of console players are so unaware of what PC gamers are doing or why PC gamers choose to use specific kinds of hardware. And they just say those things on a surface level. They go read the Steam hardware survey data and they come back and they act like, oh, because the PC gamers are doing this and this and this, then it's a scam. What? Do you really think the PC gamer only went to PC because of performance or some flex of some kind? No, you've been reading too many memes. You haven't necessarily, this is not to the crap gamer, but I've heard this sentiment from this same podcast under two clips, different videos, and there's just a misconception about what the PC gamer is freaking doing. Now that I've just told you that I'm running a 4080 with two 1080p monitors, some of you probably would not believe it, but I just am not interested in giving anybody money for 2K monitors and 4K monitors anymore. I just am not. That's it. The 4090 has a 4K screen because someone in the comment section said, come on, bro. I was like, what? They were like, dude. I was like, what? Because they were like, you're using a 4080, man, and you're using a 2K monitor, 1440. Get a 4K monitor. I was like, all right, leave me alone. So I got one, and I'm like, okay, the hype is done. Get lost. I'm not giving you guys any more. That's just the mindset. Not everybody wants to blow their money. Not everybody wants to go ahead and be spending in an unhinged kind of way. That's what's called frugality and a spending problem. You see a lot of these people just say it like, oh, well, it just means that, they're a scam. What? Some people like the, nice, extended stuff and can afford it. Some people don't, care for it and can afford it. Some people can't afford it. And some people don't want to buy it. Like, this is a plethora of a bunch of gamers who are gaming according to their preferences. But to try to use it as a slight is just so weird.
And 85% of them are playing old shit.
What's wrong with old games? They're better. Better performance, better stories. You could feel the love and the care put into these games rather than the commercialized, you know, slop fest that we have pouring our way these days. I mean, as much as y'all will see me play 5 million hours of Gotham Knights, I enjoy the mechanics, but I will never compare the story of Gotham Knights to even my least favorite Arkham game. I will never do that. Why? Because the Arkham games are straight up, and I'm going to throw these words out there, goated, legendary pieces of art, including the unfavored, overly relegated, and slept on Arkham Origins. Anytime you want this fight, please contact me. We're going to have it. These games are masterpieces. And they're old games. This is not to say that I don't like Gotham Knights. I obviously do. I'm a Batman fan. But I can always tell you, again, some of you are like, oh, you keep playing Gotham Knights. Bro, it's the footage that I have the most of that's available on my computer. All my Arkham footage is on a hard drive that's sitting somewhere. That's it. Hit your head on the wall. I'm almost sick and tired of these people who think because I have this much Gotham Knights footage is the only game I play. Get lost.
They're playing fucking Counter-Strike and Team Fortress 2. You know what I mean? They're playing all this garbage that I wouldn't fucking touch with a 10-foot pole.
You're the 4%. Because the... you know the 4%, Matt Piscatella's 4%, those of you that are watching these shows, 4% of you are buying more games buying more than one game each month. Because if this garbage that you call it was available on console, they'll play it too. Look at Marvel Rivals. It just showed up and everybody is playing it. Am I right? But even PC gamers have a better variety, even more than the console players. At least there's a level of exquisiteness and sophistication here in games like Civilization 7 and Baldur's Gate 3 and Path of Exile 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and, Monster Hunter Wilds. Well, that's the beta version or whatever. And even Helldivers 2, a slop provided by PlayStation. This is weird, bro. I mean, if we're going to call it that, right? I mean, it's not, but if we're going to call it that, right? Again, this is all bereft of any data, but I'll entertain the thought. It's Friday.
So, man, enjoy that shit, man. I don't care. I actually think that the majority of PC gamers are completely different than console gamers. I think they're almost two separate things.
If Counter-Strike was on console, I think many console players would play it because it's free to play.
That's why you'll see something like God of War sell 20 million on PlayStation and 1.5 on a PC. I guess
done launch day and date. Don't prioritize PC. PC don't prioritize you. It's just the same as every audience. What do you expect? Everybody should be jumping at your game that you've already basically played and there's already footage on YouTube and go pay for it? Who does that?
I don't think there's a lot of people specifically interested in that on a PC, There
are. When the 2018 game showed up on PC, people bought it and were impressed. They were happy, but many people are not going to go out of their way to buy your game when there are games to play out there. Free ones, paid ones, sale ones. You're just dealing with the market that's just doing things that it wants to do.
Like I said that too. I said when Microsoft started putting their shit on PC, it wasn't going to help them tremendously, but it kills what's special about it.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I think it actually helped them tremendously. Why? Well, we have the data to show it. When you look at the best of Steam, you can find it all the way from 20. I think. Shout out to Princess Peaches, by the way. This is one of our audience members. They went with the Wayback Machine and they found me the Steam top selling games of 2017 and 2018. And in those 2 years, Age of Empires was in both years. By 2019, right, we get to see at least an Xbox game every year show up on the best of Steam all through. 2019 was Gears of War 5, and he's about to say something about Gears here.
Gears of War was a special franchise, and yeah, Microsoft killed that themselves a bit too.
How? Because they took it to PC? Game sold well. In fact, games sold in the top 100 selling games on Steam in 2019. There's data to show that this was a thing. What was going on? There were not enough Xbox players that were interested enough to buy Gears, even on the console. I mean, again, even with Game Pass too, by the way, which is crazy. Because Game Pass was already a thing by 2017. And I remember this game as well launching on Game Pass. I think I played like a few minutes of the game, if my memory serves me right. But again, guys, please do not, don't beat me, just be nice, because I was playing the Division 2 and I was a content creator for it. There was just not enough time to play too many games. Okay? I just didn't have enough time to play these games. I just didn't. So again, I just feel like for the most part, a lot of this is not really showcasing what the reality is from a data-driven perspective.
By making it shitty, but like some of that specialness about that game and that franchise died when they put it on PC, and nobody even gave a fuck.
What? What was special about the game to you? The fact that it was an exclusive? Or the fact that the game was actually bad? Because we can go see a game like Gears of War 5 on console. What did gamers actually rank this game? Like, how did gamers, perceive it? An 84 on Xbox, on PC, on Steam. Where is it? It was here just now. Gears 5, it looked like it ranked very well. Look at it. Mostly positive reviews out of 19,000 user reviews. So I don't know where this is coming from. Perhaps it might be just an opinion, but it doesn't seem like the majority of gamers didn't care or didn't like it.
Fuck about it on PC, right? Like they had to implement force crossplay with PC because nobody on PC was playing it.
How? Yet it's sold as one of the top 100 games on PC? How is that possible? That nobody was playing it yet, it ranked among one of the top 100 games on PC in that year. In fact, we can go back. Let's look at some more. Let's dig in. Steam game releases on Steam DB. Let's see how many games launched that year, 2019. 8,000 games? Huh? What percentile would that be? If you're in the top 100 out of 8,090 games, yeah? Are you kidding me? That would be the 90th percentile. That's an A. You can get into medical school, pharmacy school, law school if you score the 90th percentile in their entry tests. Any metric will argue that that's actually good.
Right? It's like you just really cost yourself. And the reason why like Halo 5 isn't on PC is because apparently it would play poorly on PC due to the way the multiplayer setup or whatever.
But it doesn't say anything about it not going to be played on PC. Or is this what is going on here?
Whatever. Because obviously multiplayer stuff for PC is different than for console. So this forced kind of merging of that stuff has never worked in my opinion anyway.
Oh, that's an opinion because I play Mortal Kombat and the team at NetherRealms have implemented crossplay and it's almost seamless. I think it's more of a skill issue. If the Xbox teams that were doing it for Gears 5 or I said Gears 5, Halo 5 could not implement it, maybe the game was built in an older framework and they probably just couldn't figure out how to get it running, in a modern sense. That's a skill issue. Simple as that.
And, I always think that it was just a stupid thing because look at the games that they, like Indiana Jones. What did that do on PC? Nothing.
Well, that's its own individual game.
Then Hellblade 2, what did that do on PC? Now, even Quantum Break. Well, we got to fucking nuke our console and
Oh, yeah, Quantum Break, the one that they started a lot of this stuff here.
Put this on PC, and what they do? Nothing. Sunset Overdrive, nothing. Killer Instinct, nothing. None of their games did. I mean, I guess Starfield did.
Oh, You just said Gears didn't, and then you pointed to all these other games that are not, Gears. But I guess it's probably on a game-by-game basis because this game as an Xbox game did well, right? And then Starfield being a mostly Bethesda game, but you can call it Xbox because they own it now, but that game did well too. So on a game-by-game basis. The question is, what did they even do on Xbox? But then Xbox already had Game Pass in play. So did they bring in more Game Pass subscribers? Did they bring in people who wanted to test out and try these games? And did that work out or not work out for them? It's a very interesting question that needs to be asked because Game Pass is a 2017 invention.
Okay, but it's like none of their games did much of anything on PC.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm sitting here on the Steam Best of 2021. Right here. What is this? Forza Horizon 5. What is this? Forza Horizon 4. What is this? Sea of Thieves. None? Sitting in the same category as Elder Scrolls Online, $15 million a month Elder Scrolls Online, FIFA 2022, Back for Blood, above Cyberpunk 2022, 2021 sales, which Cyberpunk has just been like a mad seller. Right? Sitting in the top 100 sold games, and not just sitting in the top 100 sold games, by the way. These were sitting in the gold category. 3 Xbox games in the gold category on PC in 1 year. I don't think they've replicated this since then, by the way, guys. I do not think that they have been able to replicate what they did in 2021. If I go to 2022, let's see what happened with 22. I mean, I don't know where, I really don't know, how all of this is just being left to be said, and nobody is actually saying anything. Like, no one is actually coming in and saying, hey, man, there's some data out here.
And their games used to sell well because I can remember them bragging back in the Xbox 360 days, hey, our Halo game outsold every PlayStation 3 exclusive combined.
Oh, so this is about bragging rights from the 360 days. Well, the Xbox One wasn't so healthy in its kickoff, so I guess we need to acknowledge that.
You had fucking Crackdown selling, 3, 4, 5 million units.
Hold on. Crackdown, how did the Metacritic score play out for Crackdown 3? Yeah, that one was the game was just not solid. The user scores were not favorable. That one is on them. That game launched weird.
You know what I mean? On the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I always just think it's a very interesting that, their games don't sell for shit anymore. And, maybe that's the point. But for me anyway, I just really think that this whole thing, we can get this huge other audience, man. And I saw somebody in the chat saying Horizon Zero Dawn was pirated over 1 million times.
Anyways, this is very strange to me because again, it's not accurate and there's not a lot of nuance that's put here. And I think this is probably an exclusivist that, is not too pleased that exclusivity for the Xbox has pretty much moved on. And the funny thing is that step that they took in that direction has pretty much guaranteed them a future to continue in being able to provide games for gamers and still be competitive in this market. So many wanted exclusivity, but once it went away, I think that's basically why all of the old-headed console war folk are still over here fighting and such. I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Peace out.